What's going on, everybody? It's your host of the Morning Beer Podcast, Devo Davis, and as you can tell, I'm doing a Mets video. All right, pretty much it's just me breaking down the Mets roster and everything how it's going to look opening day on April 7th, and what we should look forward to as far as the team's configuration. So we're gonna get right into it, 10 minutes tops, real quick video, and we're gonna go ahead start off with the catching position. We're gonna do our starting 9 players. At catcher, we got James Mccann. Hopefully, bounce back season from this guy. There's a lot of guys in this roster. I'm saying hopefully a bounce back season, but definitely for Mccann, he's a former All-Star catcher. I believe his defense is good. I believe his offense is actually good too. He just needs to prove it and show it this year. And I believe he's going to bounce back, have a solid season for us. We can't ask for too much from him. Just go ahead and catch his great pitching staff, but go ahead and be a good defensive player behind the plate and driving a few runs every now and then. And I'm good with McCann's at catcher. First base, one of the better first basemen in baseball. I believe underrated when it comes to his glove and underrated when it comes to his bat too. Pete Alonso at first base. Second base, bounce back season from Jeff McNeil. That's we're hoping he looks great in spring training right now. I hope he keeps it up and run that into the season and we're good there. Third base, we have Aguado Escobar. He's a switch-hitting third baseman who I believe he could steal us a few bases, believe it or not. But he's going to hit for a little bit of power. He's going to hit you close to 30 home runs, if not 30 home runs. And he's going to play adequate enough defense. And he's versatile enough that he could play second base on days we need him to play second base. Shortstop, bounce back season, definitely. And even maybe, if we play our cards right, MVP type season from Francisco Lindor. All right? I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully bless us with an MVP type season. Third base, Mccann. Definitely, I like his bat so far. I like what he's doing. He gets on base. Offensive on base percentage is always high, and he's good to go. Sterling Marte, the speedster in the outfield with a little bit of pop. I like him. I like his defense. I feel like he's going to play great for us at the top of the lineup, maybe even leading off. Talking about the top of the lineup, we got Brandon Nemo at left field. And now the defense, I feel, is really good there in the outfield. I believe Nemo was kind of out of place in center field, even though he played adequate enough. But now at left field, I think he's going to be even better. And he's an on-base percentage type guy, too, so can't go wrong there at the top of the lineup. Now the DH position is going to be a mixture of Dom Smith, left-handed, J.D. Davis, right-handed, and Cano, left-handed. These guys don't slide in as bench players too. And I believe that's good depth there at the DH position. All right. Going into our starting pitcher positions. I can't even talk. We got Jacob deGrom. Enough said. Max Scherzer. I can never say his last name correctly, so don't be mad at me for that. Enough said there. We also got Bassett, the steal that we took from Oakland. And we have him as our third starter when he's an ace on most people's staff. But you're behind 2 Hall of Famers. So him at the third spot, perfect position. Taijuan Walker and Cookie Carrasco, 4 and 5. Can't go wrong with that. To me, they're like 2s and 3s on other people's staff. So I'm happy there. All right, relief position, we got Diaz as a closer. It's going to be a mixture of Trevor May, Seth Lugo, Octavino, Miguel Castro, Drew Smith, and they're all right-handers, all right, as bullpen depth. I feel like we need another arm there, but that could be maybe a mid-season pickup. Chasen Shreve is our left-handed out the bullpen. He's a former Met. I think he's going to be adequate enough against left-handers, but because you have to face 3 batters now, let's see how good he is against 3 batters. We might need to get another left-hander. And for some reason, my light keep going off. I think it's on the timer. I'll have to fix that. We also have backup positions for the bullpen. Montgomery, who's also another left-hander. I think Mike Montgomery. Reed Foley. Yancy Diaz. We got players like that. We got Trevor Williams. Also depth positions. David Peterson. Yamamoto. And so on and so forth. Our bench now is a mixture of those DHs I told you about. Dom Smith, outfield, first base, DH. J.D. Davis, who you don't want to see on the field, but third base, first base, DH. And Robinson Cano, who's second base, maybe first base every now and then. We have Thomas Nito at catcher. Guillaume, who's going to play all over the infield. He's a defensive wizard. And we got Plummer in the outfield, along with Khalil Leo, potentially. In the minor leagues on the way up, on the cusp of coming up, is a Mark Ventos who could play infield or outfield. All right? So our lineup's going to look something like this, from 1 to 9. This is pretty much how I want my lineup to look. Buck might have a different idea. But opening day, I want to see, number 1, center field, Sterling Marte, right-handed bat. Number 2, and I'm going to expound why. We want his speed. I don't want his speed to be blocked by somebody else ahead of him. I do want Marte leading off. I want Nemo batting second to give Marte a chance to steal the base because Nemo's going to take pitches. Batting left-handed, so he's going to see pitches and he's going to be able to work his way on base. So we're going to have Marte and Nemo in front of Lindor batting third, and this is why I believe he can have an MVP-type season. This is why I believe the lineup's a little bit better this year than it was last year. At number 4, we're going to have Alonso, who's going to have all these people, these speedsters in front of him, and on-base percentage guys in front of him. Number 5, we're going to have a switch hitter, third baseman Escobar behind him. And if he hits between 260, 270 and driving close to 100 runs, 30 home runs, that's good right there. All right? Batting 6, we have Jeff McNeil, batting left-handed with a bounce-back season. DH should be number 7, either be it Smith, Davis, or Cano. And number 8, McCann's at catcher. Number 9, I want Mccann. Reason why I want him, because he's an on-base guy. It's like almost having another leadoff guy in the bottom of the lineup who could potentially get on base for the other leadoff guys that's in the top of the lineup. So I want to configure it that way, where it's putting the on-base guys in the positions they need to be, the speed guys where they need to be, and the power guys and the RBI guys where they need to be in order to drive in these runs. Okay? So I like the way that's configured there. Now, I believe the lineup's a lot better than last year's lineup, whereas I believe there are some key pieces that's still there. There's some key pieces that need a rebound from last year and can rebound from last year, like McNeil, like McCann's, like Lindor, Davis, and Smith. I believe the trade-off of Conforto for Canna is going to be a wash. The trade-off of Escobar and Baez is going to be a wash because you're going to get those same type of numbers, a 260 hitter with 30 home runs, 100 RBIs. Baez and Escobar is the same thing, whereas Escobar is a little bit more versatile, more on-base oriented. Escobar is more versatile because he's a switch hitter. Canna is Conforto is better than Canna all around. And he's left-handed compared to right-handed, where we need more left-handed hitters. However, I believe his on-base percentage is really something that's going to help this team a lot. That's why I like him. I say these Baez for Escobar, Conforto for Canna is a wash, in my opinion. But what gets us over the hump and makes this line so much better is Sterling Marte, his production. And what he brings to the table: 40 stolen bases, on-base percentage of about 350, hits you about 12 to 15 home runs, bat leadoff, bat about 3-something, driving about 60 runs. He's going to be taking the place of what we lost, of what Dom Smith couldn't do last year. So that's a plus right there in that position. That's what makes the lineup is Sterling Marte. And the fact that we get in the DH, whatever we get collectively from Smith, Davis, and Cano is definitely going to help this lineup as far as driving and runs. All right? So that's all I have to really say as far as the lineup's concerned. As far as the starting pitching is concerned, Scherzer is definitely an improvement over Stroman. Bassett is improvement then compared to anybody that we lost on this. And Bassett's even an improvement over Stroman himself too. So I think the pitching staff, if healthy, and if this whole team stays healthy, this is potentially could be a 90-plus win team with the improvement that we got at the manager position, Buck Showalter. A good manager alone should get you 10 more wins. We had 77 last year. That should be 87 wins with just a good manager alone. Now, with a better lineup, a better pitching staff, a better bullpen, which we can still improve upon, and a better all-around bench, that's another 10 more wins. So could we look at 97, maybe 95 wins? I definitely believe so. If you believe the same thing I believe, definitely leave a note in the comment or, say what's up. I'm your host of the Morning Beer Podcast, and this is what I believe the Mets roster is going to look like and should be, and this is how I feel our predictions are for the Mets lineup. If you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, and tell a friend. Peace.